everyone, and welcome to Soul Sisters 10X to Money Minded. My name is Sharon Hawkins. I'm here with you again, talking about being money minded. I hope everybody has had a great week, and I hope you were able to take some things that were talked about these last couple weeks and started incorporating them to help us to be a little bit more financial stable in our lives. So last week we were pre-recorded and we talked a little bit about saving that income tax return because we know it's that time of the year where we get the wonderful income taxes and we like to go out and spend it and run and do all these things with it. But we want to continue to talk about savings tonight and how important it is. Now, on our first week, I suggested that we wrote down everything you had, all your expenses, wrote down everything that you buy. And I hope you continue to do this and to see where your money goes, what's coming in versus what's going out. And so now I want you to take a look at that list that you have and look at what's going in versus what's going out and try to figure out where we can incorporate a little bit of savings. And when you get that income tax return, that is a good way to start saving that money. I know sometimes it gets a little scary, myself too. I've been there where it looks like we had to pay out. We needed more money to pay out than we had coming in. And that happens to a lot of us when we're not money minded and we're not focused. We sometimes get ourselves into some debt, some credit card debt. We overexpend and different things like that. So what we want to do is take that tax refund that you're getting back and start saving that a little bit of that money, okay? And you also want to, a part of your what's coming in versus what's coming out is pay yourself. Now, I know that sounds really funny, and everybody's like, well, yeah, what are you talking about? I get paid. That's my paycheck. That is my pay. But paying yourself is saving money that out of each paycheck. Again, I know a lot of us are starting off, well, I'm in debt. That's impossible. I can't do it. I want to reiterate a third time. Your income taxes is the way to start. Another way to start is minimum. If it's just $1, if it's $1 that you pay yourself, every week you get paid, or every 2 weeks. If you could do every 2 weeks, I suggest you to do two. At the end of the year, you would save $52. Sharon, that's not a lot of money. What are you talking about? That's nothing. You're right, but it's $52 more than what you had. And the idea around this is to help you to be money minded. You want to get in your mind about saving your money to be able to get ahead. Save for a lot of things. People save for homes, cars, we talked about an emergency fund and things of that nature. So you have to have your mind set to be able to invest in yourself financially the same way that you do naturally and spiritually. When people, it's still the beginning of the year. I being one of them. A lot of people make New Year's resolutions. A lot of people promise themselves that they're going to do this and do that and make New Year's resolutions. And we're going to be better off financially this year in 2024 than I was in. What happens is we have that thought process, but we never change our mind setting. We never change our habits. And we continue to do the same things. Whereas by the time 2025 comes, if we're still here, we're not better off than where we were in 2024. We're still in the same situation. We're still in a lot of debt. We still have a lot of bills. And a lot of times we'll find out, because we weren't money minded, that we're even in worse debt and more debt than we were the year prior. Why? Because we haven't changed that mindset. So that's why I'm saying it's very, very important. Even if it's just $1, I suggest to you and advising to you to save that $1. Because again, $52 at the end of the year, 2024, is more than what you had on January 1st, 2024, when you save. So that will help us with our mind. set. On the first week, I also talked about, and I'm going to bring it and show you, I bought this off of Temu. They have them on Amazon. I'm quite sure they have them on Shein. You could probably get them at Walmart, but they're money savers. And this is a 52-week saving challenge. Okay. And it comes up with each week, it tells you to save a certain amount of money each week. As the weeks increase, you'll save more. It adds $1 every week. It will say start off with 2. The next week will be 3. There's all different kind out there. This is just the one that I picked up. And again, you can Google them, Amazon, Temu, Shein, whatever, wherever you decide, Walmart, to purchase from. But again, even if you don't do what's on the sticker for that week, by the time you get in the week 50, week 30, it's telling you to save 52 or 53 or $55. And you're saying to yourself, why? Wow, that's a lot. I can't really afford to take that much out. I have to pay this. This bill is high. It's Christmas time, so-and-so's birthday. I have to buy a gift. I understand that. But even if you use this or some kind of saving booklet to just save that $1 a week, this is going to help you change your mindset and let you realize, hey, I can scrape up a little bit of money. I can find those 4 quarters, or I can find those 8 quarters at $2. And you'll wind up finding yourself being able to invest more and paying yourself than where you were. Again, it's all in our mind. I can't do it. My credit score is too high. I don't have enough money coming in. There's always things that you can do to save. First week, I talked about just going to Starbucks and Dunkin' Donuts, I believe I used. I'll give an example. Yesterday, I had a meeting in Buffalo. We had to drive all the way to Buffalo. Yes, one day trip to Buffalo. Anywho, we stopped on the thruway, and there was a Dunkin' Donuts, and my managers that were with me, I was just amazed at the amount of money they were buying for, I think it's a new energy drink, I believe, small, medium, or large, or whatnot, but $6 for a drink. So you're saying to yourself, Sharon, I can't save money. I'll get that little envelope, that thing there, but I can't do it. Yes, you can. If you go to the store and purchase what you need or bring something with you instead of having to buy that drink, then you can do it. So let's break that down a little bit more further. I had talked about use myself as an example, how I love the Fast Track French vanilla cappuccino in the wintertime. It's cold and every morning. I'm not a coffee drinker, but I like the cappuccino. So I was going to spend that money. Instead, I invested in a Keurig. My daughter and I were talking earlier, and we were talking about how much more groceries cost. Groceries are very, very expensive. You go to the store with $100, you come out with one bag, you get home and put it away and wonder, what did I buy? But here's the thing, okay? When you look at it per unit and how much you're using, all right, when you buy those things, you're actually saving money instead of going out to get those monies. Another example, I'm district manager from Burger King, and I'm going to discourage you from eating lunch every day. Pack your lunch. Bring your lunch with you. Yes, I know groceries are expensive, but if you get that pound of ham or that pound of turkey, how many slices are you using? A slice or 2, a loaf of bread. Can that get you through a week's worth of lunches instead of having to go to the drive-thrus and spend $12 to $15 on one meal? Again, being money minded, you can save that money. So if you spend a little bit extra in the grocery store, you're stretching out what you're spending and you're saving money. Let me get this fast meal. I'm guilty of this as well. Sometimes we just lazy and we don't feel like doing it. Or I don't want to get up in the morning. I don't feel like making my lunch today. Sometimes when you're home and you're making dinner, prepare your lunch for the next day. So that way you can already have it ready. Grab it in your refrigerator, get your little lunch box, and then go, because that will save you that money. And if you're spending, for an example, just on lunch, an average lunch meal, I would say at a fast food restaurant for a small meal is $11. So if you're doing that 4 times a week, you're spending $44. If you're doing that 5 times a week, that's $55. So by the time you get to the end of the book, where it's asking you to save the $55, 53 or $54 for that last week in week 52, you would have that just by purchasing your own lunch in 1 week's time. So that $55 that you spend on lunch, you can put in your savings envelopes. Okay, so you can do it. There's lots of ways to do this. There's a savings. All right. Another way of savings we had talked about, which I'm guilty of as well, is a lot of things that we don't use. Take a look at that list again, at all your expenditures. Okay, and let's use the TV for an example. Let's go to that. So there's a lot of streaming services. You don't have your normal DirecTV and Spectrum anymore. You got Hulu, Disney Channel, you got Philo, you got Pluto. There's tons of them. I can't even name them all. Okay. And each one of them offer different things. They offer different stations or different channels and whatnot. And they're even cracking down now because they don't want you to share. They want that Netflix. Can't forget Netflix. They actually, the ones who started, like, if you're sharing your password or whatever, they're gonna cut you off and make you purchase that. All right. So think about it, and then think about how much TV do you watch? How much do you watch TV? Do you really need all of those streaming channels? Try to find the best ones that are for you and use that one. And then if you have prescriptions with those other ones, cancel them. Again, I can only use myself as an example. I have Amazon Prime. Everybody has Amazon Prime, and then there's Amazon TV. And I found myself not using. I don't watch a lot of TV, so I'm paying Amazon $7 a month for Amazon Prime, which I don't even use. So what is my advice to you? Cancel it. Cancel that prescription. There's $7 more that you can use and save a month. Okay. So again, these are things that we can do. So take a look at all your streaming services. Another thing, if there's something that you have, if there's companies that you've been with a long, long time, and you see their prices are raising up higher and higher and higher, you can call them. Call them. Say, hey, I've been with you for the last 15 years. I noticed the price, it's getting a little pricey for me. Is there any discounts that you are offering right now? Is there any other program? Is there a smaller package that I can buy? Trust me, they will be more than willing to work with you on that than to lose your business totally, to just cancel it at all. They don't want you to say, hey, I cancel. I'll give you another example. Probably get in trouble for this, but hey, it's money minded. It would help us out. I have, when I bought my new car, Sirius XM came with the car. You get 3 months free. Okay, the 3 months are free. All of a sudden, here we go. Boom, $19.99 a month. So I called them up and I said, nah, I cancel it, please. I said, nah, I'm not even in my car that much to spend $20 a month for that, when you can use, of course, these days you can even do your Bluetooth on your phone. I don't think anybody has iPods anymore, or some other kind of a way to have the music that you choose to listen to in your vehicle. Oh, well, hang on, Miss Hawkins. Let me check and we'll do something for you. Let me see if we have any promotions. And they came back with me with a promotion. Hey, we have a promotion. We can give you X amount of dollars for the next 12 months. And if it makes sense and it's a lot cheaper and you feel that it's worth it, sure. And I felt it was worth it, sure. No problem. So I did that for a year. The next year came. All of a sudden, boom, that year was over. Went back up to that $19.99. It's probably $24.99. Mine's up in April. So I keep in mind, I know when I got to make that phone call. I have it in my phone. $24.99 or something like that a month for Sirius XM. I'm going to call them again. Nope. If you can't give me a special, if you don't have a deal for me, then I cancel the service. That's a lot of money that I could be saving. especially for $25 on music when it's easier. You can, again, put your Bluetooth on your phone, what other Pandora. There's a whole lot of different free services out there. So take a look. This week, I challenge you to take a look at that list that you have of everything that you pay out. And if it's something that you're not using, cancel it. It's something that you are using and you've been with them for a long time, go to them and see if they have any specials. They will work with you. Companies will work with you. Again, I've been in business for the last almost April will be 38 years. And I know that we don't want to lose our customer service. Our job is to try to get more traffic in, to give you better service, to try to give you a better deal, because I'd rather make the $10 off of you than to lose 50 and get nothing. Okay, so go through and look at that. I'll give you another example. I've been with Verizon for years, and Verizon is costly, and I stick with them because some of the restaurants and some of the times I have meetings are in real rural areas where you don't really get service, and we know Verizon has the best tower service there is. But I went to them and I said, hey, I've been with you for a long time. Is there any kind of discounts? The bill seems kind of high. It's only me. It's only me. I only have me on the account. They go in and they look and whatnot. Oh, yes, Miss Hawkins. Oh, well, you get a discount because you work at Carroll's Corporation. So they give me a discount. And here I can give you another discount, or you can bundle this and I can take that much off of that of your bill. So they don't want to lose my service. They don't want me to go to someone else. So they were willing to work with me to help bring that down. All of that money is savings. So you can either save that, or you can use that extra money you're saving to pay down your debt. Now, I would take half of that money that I'm saving and I would pay myself and save it. Praise the Lord, Sister Teresa. How you doing? I would save half that money for myself, and then I would use the other half of it to try to pay down that debt. Okay, so the objective is to be more money minded about where we're spending our money and letting ourselves know that we can save money, that you should be able to save money. You should be able to pay yourself. Is very, very, very important. Sometimes, when I was starting getting better with my finances and I was growing in this area, I felt like I was working for nothing. I'm like, you go to work and you get this check and all you're doing is paying bills, and you go home and you're saying to yourself, man, I have nothing to show for it. Or am I really enjoying life? And do I have to wait for to retire to be able to enjoy life? I can't afford this, and I want to do this, and I want to be able to do this. Well, that all comes from changing our mindset. We have to be more conscientious about what we're doing with our money. And to do that is to start changing what we do. So that's why it's very, very important to go back to week 1, to make that list, look at that list, see what makes. I made up a little phrase. I always say I have to make sure them dollars make sense, meaning that I have to make sure where I put my money, I'm going to get something in return. ROA, which is return on investing. If you're investing, you're giving to your job weekly your hard work, your energy, your effort, but you're not saving, you're not paying anything to yourself. You have nothing to show for it. And we're just paying bills and paying off debt that we've accumulated, that if we were more money minded, we wouldn't have to be in that situation. Okay, so no negativity here. We want to take it away. I know, let me save. I can't save. I got too many big. Nope. From this day forward, we're changing our mind. Look at that list. And my mom always used the term, I don't know if anybody ever heard, but penny pinching. We got a penny pinch. We got to learn how to stretch that dollar. Stretch those groceries. Go to the yes, it's very expensive. That speaking of that too, and I know I talked about lunch. Let me bring dinner in here as well. We all want to treat ourselves. We all don't want to cook all the time and things like that. But it's cheaper for you to do that than to go out to dinner. Like I used earlier for obviously working at Burger King, I know for a meal for yourself for lunch is going to cost you an average $11. An average family of 4 to eat at a fast food restaurant is going to cost you between $40 and $50. Between $40 and $50, and that's at a fast food restaurant. That's for some burgers, some fries, and some drinks. Okay. Now, I used earlier that example. I mean, you go to the grocery store. I know you spend $100 and you come home with maybe 2.5 bags of groceries. Correct. But look what you have. You have to look at the serving size. You have to look at the units of what you're bringing home, and you could stretch those groceries out more so than you can at that one meal that you're eating out with your family. Okay. But if you were more money minded and you were saving money, that would not hurt you. Okay. So again, I challenge, I'm doing this, and so far so good. I love it. And then I ask myself, well, what am I going to do with it at the end? You have choices. You can pay down debt. You can take a trip. I did the math. So after the 52 weeks, if I stuck to this plan that's in this book, and again, I bought this off of Temu, and it cost me $4.95. And I would save at the end of the year, if I go by this plan in this book, I would save $1,429. They actually gave you stickers in this book for 55 weeks. So if I did up to 55 weeks, I would save $1,538 just by paying myself. And I started January 7th was the first Sunday. I do it every week, and it started off by paying myself $2. Okay. And then, like I said, it increases every week. And you can do this if you skip the lunches, if you go to the grocery store, if you skip eating out all the time. Now, I'm not saying don't treat yourself. I'm not saying don't do that. I'm saying what we need to do is to change and be more money minded. We have to make those dollars make sense when it comes to this. And if you want to save, this is the way to do it. Okay. I also talked about, I used to be in Christmas clubs. I had the 4 children a year or younger and whatnot, and you want to make a nice holiday for them, a Christmas club. So they used to take the money right out of your bank account and put it in another savings account at the bank, and that earns interest. I didn't realize that they still do that. Some banks still do Christmas clubs. So, prepare yourself now for the holidays and the vacations and the things that you want to do throughout the year. You got to be more money minded, because if you're not, and those times come up, what happens? We pull out the plastic. We get those credit cards. Remember, credit cards can be good, but more so, credit cards are bad, especially if you don't pay them off. They have a 19 to 24% interest. I'm not sure if anybody heard it in the news, but I was really shocked with this one, that Capital One actually bought out Discover. Oh my goodness, I was surprised. I didn't think Discover was in a bad place, but Discover must have been in a bad place. So Capital One bought them out. What are they telling us? They're telling you, if you have a Discover card and you have a balance on that Discover card, before the merger takes place, I am suggesting, do the best you can to pay that credit card off. Because if you have a lower interest rate, Capital One's going to have those rights to come into that, convert you over, and give you a higher interest rate, because they just didn't do it not to make money. They're money minded. So we have to be the same way. Thank goodness I have a Discover card, and my balance is $0.00, and I plan to keep it that way, and keep it moving, because that's how they're going to make their money. Okay, so keep that in mind. You heard it from me, Sharon Hawkins. If you have a Discover card, please work your best to try to get that paid off, because when they merge with Capital One, trust me, you're going to get a disclosure in the mail all the pamphlets that they come in. When you get your credit card, they send you that big old thick envelope. And all we do is take that credit card off and we call the number, or we go online and we activate that card, and we're happy and ready to go. Not reading the fine print, realizing that the interest rate on that new credit card is 25 to 26% interest. Okay. And then the late fees are going up as well. All right. Another thought on savings. I just saw on the news for thought. If you're traveling, the cost of checking your bags is going up. American Airlines is the first one. They charge you $30 for a bag. They're going up to $35. If you don't pre-do it, that means when you buy your ticket, if you don't prepay and check your bag, when you get to your airport, the fee will be $45 to check your bag. Again, I hear people all the time, I don't have the money. I can't save the money. Well, we're going to Disney this year. Well, we're going to Myrtle Beach this year. Well, we're going here. We're going there. Well, think about in advance how you're packing and how you're spending that money. Was that $45? And that's for one plane. You got to pay $45 for that luggage to get there and $45 for it to get back. So now you're $90 out just to do your bag, okay? Me, money minded. I'm the first one to tell you when I'm flying, when I'm looking for trips. Yep, I'm Priceline. I'm looking on Priceline to see if I can get that cheaper flight. They might decrease that flight, but they're gonna get you with that money when you have to check on those bags. Okay, so be very, very careful with that. I hear all the time about Spirit. Spirit is very cheap. People fly Spirit so cheap, and I believe their fare is going up as well. I believe they said anywhere between $50 and $60 to check your bag. And remember, that's an extra $100. Southwest, still love Southwest. You can still carry on 2 bags. You can check 2 bags for free. So sometimes paying a little extra will get you that cost, but it kind of all equals out in somewhere. You got to do your homework. When I bring saying that, let me say this. Make sure you shop around, do your homework. When you're buying groceries and things, thank goodness I live in Utica. Things aren't too far away from each other. Stores are kind of the same way, same area. There's a Price Chopper, there's a Walmart, there's an Aldi's right there. Shop around, look on the ads, look for coupons. Save Clip coupons can help you save with groceries. A lot of stores have apps on now. Download their apps. You can have savings on there. If you spend a certain amount, you can get $10 off of groceries. Target is another one. We have ours is a Target Supercenter now. I look at their ad each and every week because a lot of times if you purchase this, it's something that you needed to buy, they will give you a $5 Target gift card. $5, $10, whatnot. I did it all last year. Saved all those gift cards up, able to buy my grandchildren Christmas presents with gift cards that I earned on things that I purchased that I needed anyway. Okay? Not just because they were giving me the gift card, because I need it anyway. All of these things are being money-minded, having it in your front. How am I going to pay my bills? How am I going to live? How am I going to invest and pay myself? This is what you have to do, okay? So the challenges, again, this week is saving. Start with that refund check. Open your savings account. Remember, Capital One savings account right now has 4.5% interest. If you open a savings account with them, they have the highest interest right now. Earn off your own money, okay? And save. Pay yourself somehow, some way. Pay yourself each and every week. Save some money. You can do it. If it's skipping a lunch, making your own lunch, bringing their lunch to work, and saving that $11 you're going to spend. If you and your family of 4, we're going to go out to dinner and spend $50 to $60. Save that dinner. Stay home and cook the dinner. There's your savings for the week, $40 or $50. Trust me, it will add up, and you will be surprised. It won't even take you the whole year. If you do it in a month's time, you will be surprised how much you can save. Instead of going to Dunkin' Donuts and Starbucks and getting those drinks, another one that gets you to really quickly, I'm about to get off, is the convenience stores. When you go in for gas and you go in and get those snacks. Most of us have some kind of big box store, Costco's, BJ's, a Sam's Club, when you can buy things in bulk. I'm by myself, whatnot. I have BJ's. I buy in bulk. I get my toilet paper. I get my paper towels. When my grandchildren come, I get the chips and things. Those are cheaper there for them because you got to look at how many you're getting, how much you're spending, and it will last you over a period of time. All right. Just for a quick example, I like Cottonelle toilet paper, and I'm in, go to Walmart and whatnot. It's $15, $16, and you're getting 9 rolls or 12 rolls. I go to BJ's and it's $7.99, but they always have a $3 coupon. So I pay $24.99 and I get 36 rolls. I get double the amount for a few extra dollars, and it saves me money and less trips. So I save on gas too. Okay. So tonight, we want to be money-minded. Remember, pay yourself, work on savings. You can get these books anywhere, Walmart, Amazon, Target, Temu, Shein, whatever the case might be. Like I said, I got this one from Temu, $5. It's a yearly savings plan, and you will surprise and amaze yourself how much you can save. Thank you for joining me tonight. Be blessed. God's willing, I'll be back with you again next Friday. Remember, be money-minded. Thank you.